Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is March 3rd, 2021. Hopefully everyone is having a great night. I want to talk about some of the picks that we gave out on Patreon. You know, if you guys saw the video that I did a couple of days ago, I told everybody that I was going to go on a hot streak. And so far we are 5-0. We are perfect the last 3 days. My goal is to hit at least 20 perfect days in the month of March. So far, we are perfect in the month of March. So hopefully we keep it up. I have a new strategy, and that is to release just one pick a day, the most effective pick, the pick with the most value. And I think that's the way we're going to make bank off of these rig games. What's going on, Brian? Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. I think the only way we're going to make money is by avoiding to parlay. Even though today I gave out 2 picks, and the only reason I did that is because those two riddles were just amazing. And I actually was going to give out more because I also like the Baylor. I like the Baylor Bears to become 7-1 away. Baylor Bears are 71. Mountaineers, the opponent, Sums are 71 as well. They became 7-1. But I stood away from that because we have to remain disciplined. You know, we can't get greedy. We are going to accomplish this goal. I don't think I've ever done this before, and hopefully I accomplish it this month. The goal is to hit 20 perfect days or more. You know, if I hit 20, I'm not going to stop at 20. I'm going to try to go perfect the entire month. And it's not impossible. There's a lot of games to pick from, right? We have college, we have hockey, we have the NBA, and now baseball has even started. So it's not impossible to pick one winner every single day. We got all of those choices, and now we have, March Madness is coming up, so it's not that hard. If you guys are new here, what I'm going to show you guys in this video is how all professional sports are rigged. You know, from college to professional sport, from college to the NBA, it's all rigged. All of it. It's all rigged. And they're using a system called Gematria to script the games. A lot of you may say, how is this possible? How can you make the ball go in and out at will? Well, the reason they're able to do that is because they're using technology. All of these players are actors. All 10 players on the court, they are all on the same team. So, I know they have different jerseys on, but they are all on the same team. Every jersey says NCAA. Every jersey says NBA. Every jersey says NFL. Every jersey says MLB, etc. That's who these players play for. They do not play for the team. They play for the league. And the leagues are rigged. We've been proving that for the last 3 years. There's other people in the community that have been proving this for almost 8 years. This stuff is undeniable. And the only reason I'm so successful at predicting these outcomes is because I understand the code that they operate by. That's the only way. So look, Duke, they were on a 14-game winning streak against Georgia Tech. And today, Georgia Tech was able to snap that losing streak, right? This goes back to, the last time Georgia Tech beat Duke, that was in 2010 on January 9th. That was the last time they beat them. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-game winning streak. And you want to know why the streak ended today? It's because of Gematria. Because in Gematria, Duke equals 14, just like the word end, right? And Georgia today, they picked up their 14th win of the season and broke the 14-game losing streak against Duke. It's that simple. It's the alphabetic order coded with numbers. That's all this stuff is. It's simple math. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. And that's how you can predict who's going to win the game, by understanding this very simple system, right? But notice all the things that I've noticed. And when I'm decoding the games, there's a lot of factors that go into it. This stuff is not easy. I don't want to make it seem like it's easy, because it's not. A lot of times these games are double coded, because I guess the script writers, I guess they figured out how to confuse the decoders, because they realize that there's a community out there that are aware of the code. So they throw a lot of curveballs every now and then. But with the experience that I have and other people as well, more times than not, we are able to I guess notice a deception, because a lot of these riddles are sometimes a deception. They look really good on the surface, but that's not what the ritual is, because all this stuff is rituals. This is all number rituals. And the people behind all this stuff, it's the Society of Jesus, it's the Catholic Church. They're the ones that pretty much control everything. They control sports, they control the entertainment business, they control pretty much everything that you see through your TV. And there's other networks as well, right? That that word that starts with the J, that other word that starts with the Z, those people are also involved. But look, notice this, right? So we saw how Duke equals 14. The word "and" sums to 14, right? The 14-game winning streak was ended by Georgia Tech, but today, right? Georgia Tech defeated them, picked up their 14th win of the season. But Georgia Tech, they also became 10-6 in the conference. And when you write out the entire name of the team, Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, it sums to 106. They became 10-6 in the conference. The Blue Devils, they fell to 9-8 in the conference, right? And when you write out just Georgia Tech, it sums to 98 in the alphabetical order. See that? But again, like I said earlier, it's difficult, because a lot of times they'll have two different narratives, right? They'll have like a team can become either 6-2 or 7-3, and then both teams will have the 62 connection and the 73. So now you gotta determine which one are they gonna go with. That's why when you're decoding these games, you gotta take a lot of things into account. Just noticing the 10-6 in the name of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets name, it's not really enough. Noticing the 98, that's also not enough. Once you incorporate the 14-game winning streak by Duke and other factors as well, that's when you can make a decision on what team to choose. Like I said, this stuff is really difficult, but with the experience that I have at being wrong, that's how I've been able to get so good at it, because I've been wrong so much that this is why I'm able to, maneuver through the double coded games and avoid the double coded games, because it's no point of the gambling on a double coded game, because that's literally gambling. When you're looking at a game that's double coded and you're putting money on it, that's the same thing as just picking a team 50-50. There's no point of doing that. So if you guys want to make money at this, go with the games that are not double coded and have the strongest riddle, and just go with one pick, straight bet it, put $200-$300 on it, and that's it. Today I took these two teams, and let's see, where is it? I put a small wager on it. I didn't put too much money, because I don't gamble that much money. Right? I put $60, put $60 on these two teams, and I made $188. That's it. I made $120 profit. That's not bad for one day. And I also made money at work. So that's all you can ask for. Right? Like I said, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, they picked up their 14th win of the season. They snapped a 14-game losing streak against Duke. Right? Duke is 14. The Blue Devils became 10-11 for the season. And in numerology, the zeros don't count. They are ignored. They have no value. When you write up Blue Devils, it sums to 111. So they became 10-11, like 1-1-1. They have that 1-1-1 sequence in their record now. Blue Devils is 111. You see it up here? You see the 98? They became 9-8 in the conference. Georgia Tech is 98. Georgia Tech became 10-6. The name of their team, Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket sums to 106 in the most pure cipher. Because this dark blue cipher here, this is definitely the most relevant. I mean, every cipher matters, but this is definitely the one that matters the most. And the last time that these two teams played each other, it was on January 26th of this year. From that game to yesterday's game on March 2nd, it was a span of 35 days. And Duke became 3-5 away. 35 days after beating Georgia Tech. And it's funny because the entire game, I should have took a screenshot of this. They was talking about the significance of the number 68, right? And at one point, this game, it was tied at 68 points. And I was just look at that. It's just unbelievable how they scripted to the T. This stuff is truly amazing how they do it. But the reason nobody notices it is because not only are these people keeping it a secret, right? This is a secret society that these people belong to, but they're using technology. And a lot of times these people, they're being threatened. Because these same players that participate in these rig sports, they end up in the headlines. They're murdered by the same code that these games are being rigged by. I cover this all the time. And the reason I'm saying all this, I know most of the people that are watching this video, you guys are probably veterans at this. You're like, oh, we know all this stuff, Arthur. We know all this. But every now and then I see a comment of somebody saying that this is bullshit. So that's the person I'm trying to reach. This is not bullshit. These games are all rigged. Every single game is rigged, from college to pros. That's who I'm trying to reach, because you guys are the ones that need the most help. There's a community here and these people are making a lot of money every single day. And a lot of the people in the community, like my friend John Vincent, he's the one that last night when I was decoding the game, he pointed out how he showed me this website that I had no idea about. He said, look, if you go to Sports Reference and you look up the matchups, Georgia Tech's matchup against Duke, you're gonna realize they have a 14 game losing streak against them. And the word end of Duke is 14. So there's a community here of people that know the knowledge, know how to decode, know what to look out for, and we are helping each other solve these riddles. The only reason that's possible is because the games are rigged. If the games wasn't rigged, this community would not be as successful as they are. It's that simple, right? So that's why Duke lost today. Because of the numbers. Because these people are following a script. We also had Purdue Boilermakers to win over, I forgot who they played. Let's see. Because I rarely watch these games. I just look at the scoreboard, and because a lot of times I already know the outcome. So Purdue played, I think that game was an early game, wasn't it? They played Wisconsin. They played Wisconsin. Okay, this was another double coded game, but because Wisconsin also equals 118, they could have became 11-8 in the conference. But the reason they became 10-9 is because Badgers, right, the name of the team, sums to 29, and 109 is the 29th prime number, right? They became 10-9 in the conference. 109 is the 29th prime. The name of the team, Badgers, sums to 29. And I put that up. I put that up here. So Wisconsin Badgers can fall to 10-9 in the conference. 109 is the 29 prime number. Badgers is 29. The Badgers also became 5-5 away. Their next road game is against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa Hawkeyes sums to 55. And Wisconsin also has that 55 Gematria. So it made sense for them to become 5-5 away. And notice what I said about that blue cipher. That's the most important cipher. Right, so they became 5-5 away. This is their next opponent, the Wisconsin Badgers' next opponent. I also like the Baylor Bears today, but I stood away from this game because they did have West Virginia did have a slight narrative, so I found no value in the Bears because the Bears were 5-point favorites. Notice they won by 5 points, so they didn't even cover the spread. This game had no value. The only way you can make money on this game is if you take the Bears money line, and there's no value there because the line was at negative 230. So that's what I mean when you got. The discipline is the only way to make money in this. If I would have went greedy and I would have took the Bears today, not only would I risk the West Virginia riddle to come through, but I'm putting a team on my ticket that is not really doing anything for my ticket. It's not making me a whole bunch of extra money. The only thing it could do is ruin my entire ticket, right? Because if I have that team up there with the other two, like look. You see, these two picks, they give you value because the line is at negative 130, 124 and negative 136. So those are very low lines, right? If I add on a negative 230 to this, the profit is not that, it's not going to increase that much. The only thing I'm doing by doing that is risking that the Bears lose and that West Virginia riddle comes through, and then my whole ticket is ruined. I lose the 60, and then I'll definitely lose the 180, trying to chase another extra $20. That's why gamblers always get burned. It's because we are greedy. If we are gonna, outsmart these people, we also have to get rid of our bad habits. Discipline is the way to make money in this. It's the only way. This is why we are 5-0 in the last 3 days, and this is why I think that we are going to be very successful in the month of March because I'm going to follow this strategy, and I guarantee you, at the end of the March, I'm going to make another video, and I'm going to say, look, here it is. We went. Hopefully, I'll say we had 30 perfect days. I'm not aiming for that because, like I said, this is difficult stuff. But I am aiming for at least 20, and I think 20 is very possible. Because in the month of February, that was one of my worst months ever, and I still was able to deliver 8 parlays in the month of February. That was my worst month ever. So, and the Bears became 19-1. That the Jesuit orders 191. They like to play tribute to these numbers, and it's like once you become familiar with these numbers, you're gonna see how often they play. Those of you watching the Lakers game, the Lakers became 1-3. A lot of people in the community was liking the Lakers to lose today. I stood away because it was the 61st day of the year and finals is 61. And they could have picked up their 25th win of the season and finals is 25-61. So I was like, that's not the strongest riddle, but that is a slight narrative for the Lakers to win. But I said, I'm going to stay away from this game because the Lakers could become 1-3 in the division, and LA is 13. And that's exactly what happened. Phoenix took care of business. They won with 114 points. And notice, look, 114, right? Look at this. There's a guy in LA by the name of Lebron James, and his name sums to 114. If you guys pay attention to how many times an opponent defeats or loses to LeBron by 114 points or with 114 points, it's like the average is probably 70% because his name is 114. And that game, even though LeBron lost, is all about LeBron. The entire NBA is rigged around LeBron. Just like the NFL is rigged around Tom Brady. Just like how baseball at one point was rigged around Barry Bonds and all these other great home run hitters. All these leagues, they rig it around a specific player. At one point it was Michael Jordan. At one point it was Kobe Bryant. So right now we are in the LeBron era. So tomorrow we have a great underdog tomorrow. And for those of you on Patreon, if you see anything that can go the other way, please point it out. And I will definitely review it. I think when we work together as a community, we are definitely more successful. So thanks, John Vincent, for notifying me about that website. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brian, for pointing out the Lakers riddle. It was you that posted that. I saw it earlier. And it was another gentleman that he pointed out how the Celtics had a great narrative. And as you know, as all these stuff that people point out, they are great. And I see it and I'm like, I should post it. But no, I'm gonna stick to my rule. The rule of March is one pick a day. Even though I broke the rule today, I broke it. I did 2 picks. I broke it. And it's so hard not to break it because you're looking over these games. You're like, oh my God, this looks good for this team. That looks good for that team. But I'm not gonna break it no more. It's only 1 pick, and we're gonna ride it out to the end of the month. The Celtics were 6-point underdogs in this game, and I don't think I have the. I think I deleted that riddle that guy sent me. Somebody sent me a nice riddle with the Celtics. I should have passed it forward because this was a great payout. I think it was something about Tatum because I think his birthday's tomorrow. I don't know what the guy said. I think he was born on March 3rd. Yeah, his birthday's tomorrow, so he had a big game a day before his birthday. Kemba had 25 points. Oh my God. So the Knicks get spanked. This was another great upset. Wow. Beat them by 30 points. Yeah. Yeah, but right now we are taking advantage of the NCAA because this is literally gold. NCAA is money in the bank. So tomorrow's March 3rd, 33. Got a couple of games, and I got 1 great underdog. And you see these games that have 19-point spreads. A lot of times these teams lose, like Florida State. Because so many people are probably, I don't know why, but they're taking Florida State money line because they think they're gonna win because they're 19-point favorites. So somebody will probably put $20,000 on Florida just to make $1,000. It's people like that. It's people that dumb. And if you had the knowledge, then I wouldn't say you're dumb. But I mean, that's the dumb way to throw your money away. You're risking $20,000 just to make $1,000. I mean, you could have made $1,000 in these 2 picks. I mean, I made almost $200 and I only invested $60. If I would have invested $600, I would have made almost $2,000. I don't know, man. It's just a lot of dumb people with a lot of money. So yeah, so those of you who continue to criticize me, go right ahead. Doesn't really matter to me. The only thing that matters to me is that my patrons are very happy. That's the only thing that matters. So continue to troll me, continue to disrespect me all you want. Doesn't really matter. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the bookie and I'm going to say thank you for these $200 that you are giving me. Thank you to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and thank you to Purdue for following the script. So there you have it. Thanks everybody. You guys have a great rest of your night. I got to get back to writing this book. This stuff is really hard, guys. Writing a book is really difficult because it's the proofreading that kills me. Because every time I think I'm done with a chapter, I go back and look at it and I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound that good to me. It's not that fluent. Man, this is great. And look, let me show you. We've been doing this all week. It's not just today. Look, yesterday on the 1st, we had Syracuse. So this is a plus 135, right? On the 28th, the last day of February, and this doesn't count in the because I'm counting all the perfect days. This one doesn't count. This was on the 28th, so technically we have 3, but being that this happened in February, it doesn't technically count. We had the Bruins and we had the Lakers beating the Warriors on the 28th, and they did. They became 11-7 at home, and they won the game with 117 points. Let me show you. They became 11-7 at home. Today they became 11-8 in Los Angeles, California. Some saw 118, and someone in the community also pointed that out today, and that does play a lot with them. Los Angeles, California equals 118. That's why the Lakers became 11-8 at home. But they became 11-7 the day before against the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors 117. They won the game with 117 points and became 11-7 at home. So that's how these games are rigged. They're rigging it with this system, Gematria, the Jewish practice of coding numbers into words. Or should I say the Jesuit practice of coding numbers into words. You guys have a great rest of your night. And I think somebody said that they wanted to call up. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so the number is 646. I'm putting it in the chat. 986-0958. If anybody wants to call up and discuss anything. Okay, so it was Dan. Okay, yeah, it was Dan. He had the Boston riddle. Dan was the one that texted me today. Man, Dan, you nailed it. What's going on, John?
What's going on, Arthur? You still live?
Yes, sir.
Great work tonight, my friend. Great work again. Got 5 in a row. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You know, you've been through a lot of stuff, and I just encourage you to just keep your head up and stick with the community of people. I just read that numerical line. He had a nice decode. Today was 3-2. Boston is 3-2. At date numerology, all up and down on Boston. So, you know, when you have a community of people like that, with a guy like you leading this stuff, it's going to work. So, just encourage everybody that's made some money to take care of this man, Arthur, because this work is not easy, and he paid a heavy price. You know, a lot of people have turned up against him unjustly. So, but I'm just thankful I can call you my friend, and I'm looking forward to an awesome month, bro. So everybody just continue to be very grateful and thankful to this man, because he's done a lot. He puts his face out there, and he just doesn't do sports betting, and that's what I appreciate him most about. You know, he's decoding the news as much as he can. He's quite busy with his regular job, but I give you a lot of credit for being very courageous and brave, for stepping out, putting your face out in public, and coming against these senseless murders that happen every day to all these people that basically sold themselves over to this cabal of people. But with that said, man, everybody have a great evening. It's getting late. It's 1 o'clock on the East Coast here. So you be well, brother. I'll get back to that book and get some good night's rest, and get him tomorrow. Let's go. The team that you got for tomorrow. I don't want to expose that. So, sign up for Patron, folks.
Thanks a lot, John. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Yeah, thanks a lot, John. Appreciate that. Yeah, so it was Dan, the numerical line that texted me earlier today. I think Dan has a new number, so I don't have his number saved. Yeah, Dan nailed that 5-point underdog, the Boston Celtics. He pointed out how it was all about Jason Tatum. It was the day before his birthday. So, Dan, if you want to call us up and tell people the riddle, or, you know, you can write it in the chat, whatever you like. Yeah, I saw that. Wisconsin was stuck on 44 points for a while. I see Dan is getting into the sports decoding. Dan he used to cover the news before, but now he's digging into the sports decoding. He realizing how they rig it. It's fun. Yeah, that's why it's like it's truly amazing how they do it. But you know, a lot of people still come across this information and troll it. I don't get why. I mean, like I said in my last video, you know, you walk into your average casino and you ask people, you know, when was the last time you hit a parlay? They'll probably say it was like 3-4 weeks ago, or probably a month ago, or 2 months ago. Hitting a parlay is very difficult, and we do it more often than not here. So hopefully, I'm trying to shut down all the haters by the end of the month. There should not be one hater in my live stream ever again after the month of March. Trust me. That is the goal. Hello?
Hey.
Dan.
Hey, man.
Man, that was a great call. Thanks a lot for that, man. I didn't want to get too greedy, though. That's why I stood away.
No, I hear you.
So what was the big riddle with Jason Tatum? I think isn't he turning 33 tomorrow?
No, he's turning 20. Yeah, he's turning 23. I didn't think it was really about Jason Tatum. I thought it just seemed like a lot of date numerology. Celtics 26-46.
Oh, he's turning 20. Oh, he's 23 right now, right? He just turned 23.
Yeah, he just turned 23 today. I'm 33, and Jason's 33, and Tatum's 33, and Jason Tatum's 33. I just found out that it was 137 days from his debut in the NBA till his birthday.
Wow, the 33rd prime.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is it. There's a head coach. Well, I can't say it but I'll text you later. The guy named some to the date of the year that he was born.
Wait, what'd you say?
The guy, there's a head coach that he coaches in college basketball, and his name sums to the same number of his birthday is actually today on March 3rd as well. Today's the 62nd day of the year. His name sums to 62.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy how they do it. It's just crazy.
That is crazy. Also, I saw this other thing where it's the 61st day of the year, and 61 is the 18th prime, and the Celtics were going for their 18th win.
Oh, so they picked up the 18th win on the 61st day of the year, right?
Yeah, Brad Stevens is 6'1", too.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Because they had what was the fighter that fought on Saturday? Canelo. Canelo is 5'8", right? On his 58th fight, he won on the 58th day of the year against the guy that was born in the 58th city of Turkey.
Shit.
Yeah, it's crazy how they do it. They play these number games. Just like how this guy signed a $31 million contract, J.J. Watt, on 3-1.
Right.
Yeah, it's undeniable stuff. I don't get why so many people that come across this information, they look at it like it's nonsense. It's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, even before Gematria, I knew sports was rigged, so...
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. It's always the same people going to the championship game. It's always Tom Brady. It's always LeBron James. It's always Stephen Curry. It's always the same thing.
Yeah, actually, in the 90s, I picked the Marlins to win it in spring training. And I didn't know Gematria. I didn't know anything. I was like, I think they're going to win it. Too bad I didn't have a bookie or anything.
Oh, you didn't make any money off the Celtics pick?
I did make some money off the Celtics pick, but I'm betting
very low,
conservatively.
Okay, got you.
Well, I mean, I was like, I also had Denver.
Oh, you called the Denver underdog. Wow, you would have made a bunch of money if you would have put some more money down.
I know. I only bet like $10. So
oh my God! Even that turned into a lot, right?
It was like 20.
Oh, you didn't take the money line, probably.
I did take money line. I think I'm just on a kind of a crappy site. This is the only site I can get on.
Okay, wow. Because those two were huge underdogs. They were both 5-point underdogs.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
$10 should have turned into probably like $50. Let me see.
Oh my God! There was another game that I totally missed that I had winning, but I forgot when the start time was. The Central Michigan game.
You should have made $90 with those two picks on money line.
I would have made serious money with the Central Michigan game. It was insane what the odds were against Central Michigan. Oh my God! And they won, and I didn't realize the game was at 5.
Oh, it started early.
Yeah, and I was like, shit. So I went to go put money on. I'm like, I think they're gonna win, because it's like a lot of these championship games. They don't care. The best teams they don't really care about it because they just want to get in the NCAA tournament. So it's kind of like a throwaway game for them. I mean, this is not even knowing Gematria or that these things are rigged.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of these bubble teams win just because they need the win, and the championship and the team that is like a top-ranked team hardly even tries.
Well, and that the reason they do that is just to mess with the gamblers. Because if they really wanted to, I mean, they could destroy them by 20 points. But a lot of the gamblers are going to be picking the favorite, and that's when Vegas make all the money back.
Right.
Because a lot of these gamblers, they going by what the line is. Oh, this guy's the favorite, let me put money on them, not knowing that this stuff is all a script, a big rig show. You like Gonzaga this year, the Jesuit school?
I don't know. I haven't looked into that, but I hear they're big favorites, I guess.
Yeah, they are. I'll get busy with the college a little later, but so you still doing the radio show?
Yeah, I'm still doing radio, and I don't know. I'm liking the sports decoding. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely fun.
Before I kind of stood away from it.
I remember you used to tell me like you couldn't deal with it because it was too much. But yeah, it's fun. It is fun.
I think it was because I watched Mr. Hubbard go, I'll lean this way, and I'll lean that way, and I'll lean this way.
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah, he's always leaning.
Yeah, he's always leaning and never tell you which one he picked. Not all the time, but a lot.
Well, let me keep my mouth shut. I don't want no smoke.
But it's true.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Dan. Hopefully you can have me on the radio show. I will definitely go on.
Yeah, we'll give it another try. We've come close.
It's like we always reschedule him for some reason.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. You have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you, Dan.
All right, man. Me too. Take care.
All right. Yeah, that was Numerical Lion. You guys should follow. I don't think he makes videos anymore, though, but hopefully he starts back up. Yeah, so thanks, everybody. Thanks to all the callers. Thanks to Johnny Stash and my man Dan. Thanks to Brian. I saw that you just went back to work. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Those of you interested in sports picks, there's a link in the comment section. It's only $10, and right now we're doing really good. This is probably the best time to join. If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you guys later.